talking with Chris this morning. I said I was a little surprised that one of the hymns, or a hymn that was not included in today's list, goes like this. You may know it. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. Blindness. Have you ever considered there are many forms of blindness? Bartimaeus today is an example of a blind person. No sight at all. The physical blindness. As many of you know, I relate to that quite well now, having gone from having good vision to being legally blind, not seeing stuff on this side, and a little bit of blur on this side. So I can relate to physical blindness. And we can treat that to some extent. The school that I work at is the Vision School up in Seminole County. We don't have any current students, or maybe there's one that's a consult, but I had the privilege of meeting a little boy a number of years ago who had an optical implant. It's new technology, trying to give him sight. So our technology can take care of physical blindness. But I would suggest to you today that we have other blindnesses in our lives. Emotional blindness. Sometimes we love to such an extent that we are blind to perhaps the harmfulness of that love and that obsession. On the flip side of that, we hate and despise so much that it consumes us and we can't steer the correct course. Perhaps we're politically blind. Whether we take the left or the right and go way out of bounds with our political activities, rather than understanding that political discourse is really to steer us down the middle, with both sides compromising for the good of all. And then there's spiritual blindness. And there's a lot of that going around today too. For people to stand up and criticize and to condemn what they don't understand, they don't know anything about. You saw it happen particularly after 9/11, when people targeted Muslims simply for the fact that they were Muslims. They weren't part of the extremists that waged a terrorist act, but yet people clumped them all together because they were blind to the reality of the situation. We do that with people who are Hindus, Buddhists, our Jewish brothers and sisters. We criticize what we don't understand, and then looking at our own house within Christianity, to really embrace what Jesus is saying to us is to have our belief firmly rooted in Him today. And in that faith, did you hear that last line of the gospel? We ask for things, and sometimes they're given. In Bartimaeus' case, he received sight. And he went on the way. I would hazard a guess that most folks sitting here in this church or in other churches hearing this gospel today think they're talking about he took off on the road. The way is what Christianity was originally referred to as. It is the way of the Lord. So Bartimaeus received his sight. And now we have to raise the question, was it physical sight or was it spiritual sight that he could walk the way with Jesus? Let us hope it was both. But if not, we know for sure he followed the Lord. He loved others as he loved himself, as the Lord commanded. May that be said of each of us as well.